California scheming. Remember FireAid, the fundraiser where a bunch of celebrities raised $100 million for the LA fire victims, and they said all the donations would go directly to the victims? Well, it turns out that was false. California scheming. You remember FireAid, the fundraiser where a bunch of celebrities raised $100 million for the LA fire victims, and they said all the donations would go directly to the victims? Well, it turns out that was false. Congressman Jim Jordan has been investigating the FireAid scam and just dropped the initial findings. And it turns out, are you guys sitting down? It was fraud. The committee reports FireAid donations went to a bunch of random woke pet projects, including voter participation for Native Americans, illegal aliens, podcast shows, and fungus planting. Finally, despite FireAid's promise that funds be used solely for direct community support for relief, recovery, and rebuilding, not for overhead or salaries, donations went to pay salaries and bonuses for those working at nonprofits and other organizations. Some of the more fraudulent allocations went to places like the California Native Vote Project, which obviously is not in the business of fire recovery. $100,000 for who knows what. $500,000 went to advocacy groups like NAACP and My Tribe Rise. An unknown amount went to a group called CORE, Community Organized Relief Efforts, which lists one of its priority groups as undocumented migrants. $100,000 went to Altadena Talks Foundation for the purpose of supporting Tony Raines' podcasts and other shows. What the heck? I have a podcast where we film in our burnt out dirt lot. Where's my cut? I'm an actual fire victim. Tony Raines, I guess, is technically a fire victim because she spoke about wildfires on her podcast. So she got cash from FireAid. Over $500,000 in FireAid donations were used to pay bonuses, salaries, and consultants for nonprofit organizations, while my family hasn't gotten a dime of help. FireAid donations are being used to pay bonuses for nonprofit employees. These NGOs really are the tip of the fraud in this country, and especially in California. All that fraud you're seeing in Minnesota, the grift in California is that times 1,000. Well, the party's over, grifters. Justice is coming. Congressman Jim Jordan has been investigating the FireAid scam and just dropped their initial findings. And it turns out, are you guys sitting down?